Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another great addition to Awesome Calls Trading. I want to welcome you to our great chat room, and I want to welcome you. If this is the first time you're listening to our webinar, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed today's lessons. Today, there was a couple small cap stocks that were in play, ANTX. We called a short on that one on our list this morning to go to 7 and under. 650 to 7 on a short. And Atos, we were a buyer on this stock. And I think, before I go into some of these amazing trades we did, like SHOP, MDB, Dollar General, Boeing, the standard great trades that we do in here, SMTC from the great fire. I do want to share with you, because I have a lot of traders in here that love, they trade the big cap stocks, but when those small cap ones come, they really want to understand it. So I've been doing this almost going on 16 years now. I've seen every kind of play there is, and I get a really good feeling how a stock runs and how it consolidates and how it short traps. I don't trade with fear. That's one thing you will find in the way I trade. If the trade doesn't work, I'm out of it. I cut it off quick if I feel like it's not there. Sometimes it happens too quick. Sometimes I get my stops too tight. But I'm a day trader. I trade the action. I use 1 minute candles. I look at everything. I'm fast. I'm quick. I'm like a shark going up for that bait. Take it, run, let it go. You know what I'm doing? That's how I roll when I trade. I'm a sniper in the morning. I'm fast. I'm accurate. I'm on point. And then during the day, I'll do scalp trades. I'll find a trade here and a trade here. But then during that lull of the day is when the market kind of just grinds itself between the hours of around 9:30 to 11:30. West Coast time. I like to watch and look at the stock. I like to study the stock, and this is where I become a better trader because I'm constantly studying what the chart is doing, what it's telling me, how the stock is trading, the volume, everything. And I think that all traders during lull of the day, other than taking a quick nap, should spend their time studying, one, their mistakes, look at the chart live, talk to your teacher, your professor in your room, and just ask them or him or her, like, okay, what did I do wrong on this? Can you help me? But most importantly, I want you also to understand that trading the open, when the market opens, not a lot of people can do it. Okay? We trade throughout the day. We push alerts throughout the day. Live alerts, long here, short here. This is a topping. This is a short. We're going to take this down 8 points, 3 points. Action news, halts, all throughout the day. But in the morning, I designed this room for the morning. I designed this room to trade all day with the great moderators, but in the morning, I do something that is so different from everyone in the world. I provide calls that will make you so much money in just a blink of an eye that if you execute the trade, you will make 5, 6, 7 points in a blink if you just know what to look for. The key to how to trade the open is you need to understand why the stock is going to move up or down. That is the most critical, essential part of day trading. Because the minute you start to understand why this stock is going to move, that's when you will succeed and go beyond and hit all of your goals you've ever wanted. And that's what makes this room so unique, because there's not a lot of people in the world that can trade how to trade the open. A lot of people will come in here and they'll come in 30 minutes after the open, because they don't want to trade the open. It's too fast. I'd rather have the stock settle in and then get a better direction, and then I'll short or long it. But then as you stay longer in the room and get a feel and a vibe, that's when you will start to trade the open. And I'm going to show you a perfect example of an Awesomecallstrading.com trade. Okay, I want you to look and I want you to listen to this trade, and then I want you to watch the results, because if you were in here today, anybody in the world took 10 shares, 100 shares, 25 shares, I'm going to show you a 10-point trade in a matter of 1 minute. And I'm not joking. This is no bullshit here. All right. This is what we do every day. But I'm going to just identify one trade and I'm going to show you the results of that trade. And if you had come in here and took that trade instead of where you're at and you listened to me and you understood why I felt it was going to pop and pull, you too would have made a fortune. The trade ended up to trade almost 23 points today on one stock. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. You ready? Okay. We're going to start with MDB. I want you to really look at this. Look how I wrote it. Blowout earnings. The stock is gapping up 22 points. This is going to squeeze at the open. Listen to what I just said. Blowout earnings. It's going to squeeze at the open. And guess what I do? You want to know how fucking amazing we are? You want to know how fucking amazing Awesome Calls Trading is? It's beyond any other level in the world. I actually tell you where the stock's going to stop. That's right. That's who the fuck I am. So I'm going to tell you the stock's going to stop at 130. And when it does, I'm going to deliver you 10 points on a pullback. Bullshit. You are full of shit. I don't give a fuck. You're bullshitting me. Okay, fine. Think like that. I don't care. But I'm going to deliver. If the stock pushes to 130, I'm going to give you 10 points on a pullback. And when you do, I want you to go long. Are you ready? This isn't magic. This is trading in Awesome Calls Trading. Are you ready? Here we go. MDB. MDB. Right? Now watch. Watch carefully. How to trade in Awesome Calls Trading. All right? Here's the gap up. Look at that. Blowout earnings. Do you know how many shorts are piled in this stock? They just got killed. Some of them are working at McDonald's tonight. Right? But as a day trader, I don't care about these people. I could care less with their emotions. I don't care if they're broke. It means nothing to me. I'm a shark. I'm a blood in the water. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to even make you even get more scared, because at the open you're going to try to cash out and you're going to try to just bail this stock. So you know what that's called? That's called a short squeeze. It is my job to figure out where the squeeze is going to stop. Then I'm going to do a pullback on it. And my job is to figure out how many points it's going to pull back. I said 10. You ready? Ding, 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 ding. Guess where it hit? 130. Now you ready to count? You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the fuck? Did your room do that? You want to see the end result? You want to see the end result? I'll show you the end result. How about traders making money? Real money. Real money. Huh? You want to see some of these trades? Let's just go to Ripster. The man, the myth. Right here. MDB. $1,152. What's up? Did he just sit there and stare at it? No. He understood the trade. And when you understand the trade, that's when you capitalize and can make the money. Did he do big size? He probably did 150, 200 shares, maybe 250 tops. But he just got just enough to make his money. And he was done in 90 seconds. And he even put that tweet out, I am done for the day. Have a nice day. You see that? That's what we do in here. That's just one trade. Okay? Look at Deb. That's so cute. Thank you, Deb. I don't know where you find that. So anyway, that was just one. Now there's a lot of rooms that won't trade how to trade the open. They won't trade the open. They'll let it set up and they'll go, You got to look at this line, and if it goes between this, I'm not going to alert you though. You're on your own. And all of a sudden, then they'll turn around and go, "Oh, I just made $2,000. Look how great I am." Okay, what kind of service is that? All right, you know what that is? That is a please buy my videos, my DVDs, because I don't make money trading, and um, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, but in here, that's not tolerated. Traders need to know. I want to know an entry and I want to know an exit. Now, if you had followed this to a T and you bought the 130 on the bottom, the 120 on the pull, which is 10 points, guess how much it went up again? 13 more. That's 23 points. Now that you wouldn't have made, nobody stays the full distance. You already know that. But if you can capture 4 or 5 on a downside, bottom curl and 4 or 5 on an up on 23 points, how can you not get 8 to 10 points? You see that? Because why? Because I understood the stock. I understood how the stock was trading. I understood. I read their earnings. I understood the short sellers, how much were in there. I do my homework. And the minute you start to understand this and it starts to open up in your eyes and in your mind, it's like you should be a sponge in here. Because I shit you not, once you understand this kind of stuff, you will make so much money. Why would it squeeze at the open? Because they had blowout earnings. Blowout earnings is crazy. You know, they had blowout earnings. And blowout earnings on a trade like this is going to get a squeeze. It's not going to come down in gap fill. Okay? I'm going to show you another one. I'm going to show you another typical trade we do. All right? You ready? Okay. We got a stock here called Shop. Now, Shop is gapping down this morning for no reason. I did all my research. I'm looking, and why am I gapping down to 201 on a $206 stock? But because I've traded this stock over the years, I understand the stock. So I know if there's no news on it, I'm going to gap fill. So the first thing I did, look at this, long at $202. Look, you see? Look at the buys, 100 shares, 200 shares. This is our room because I alerted the room to pick some shares up. I also told the room the stock was going to gap fill, if not more. I want you to look at the call. You ready? It's plain as day, written out for anyone to take. There it is, Shop. No news, long, and push it. If it drops to 200, add on the long, and you should fill the whole gap and all slow move to the upside. You want to see the stock? Are you ready? Long, and within the first 90 seconds, you hit 5 points. If you held the rest, you got basically 8 points. 8 points on 100 shares on 20,000 buying powers, $800 on a typical trade we do. You want another one? You think you can handle one? You ever trade Boeing? You ever trade Boeing in our room? Last 3-4 days? You want to see how insane we are? Here's the stock sitting here, pre-market. All right, it opens up. It's sitting here in pre-market, right around 375. See it? Here's pre-market. So what I tell the traders, subscribers, the stock is going to push at the open to 380, and when it does, scale in short and take it down back to lows. That is exactly what I said. How do I know this? 16 years of trading. I understand Boeing. I have guided traders into Boeing left and right, over and over. All right. So I felt very strong that Boeing was going to pop at the open at 380 and then sell off. Okay. So you ready? Here we go. Look at the notes. Boeing. Gapping down 2. I want to push at the open to 380. Top it off and short it to 370. Look at that call. Say it again. I want to go long at the open because it's gapping down 2, which is 375. I want you to take it to 380. So you're going to make 5 points at the open. Once it tops off, I want you to take it down to 370. Are you ready? How hard is this? Boeing. Pop at the open, 380. There's 380. Short it to 370, 370. It double bottomed at 372. This isn't magic. This is a person who has traded this market day in and day out, who lives and breathes on candles, 1-minute charts, studies the stock, knows everything about the company, studies the financials, studies the analyst, confident what he sees. Okay? This is what I do. And because of my knowledge, do I charge a fee? Absolutely. You think I'm going to just do this for free for people? Why? Because once you're in here, I spend countless hours and days pounding in. I do webinars, videos, I educate, I answer questions because I want you to become independent. I don't want you to need me to find new stocks. I want you to be a part of the room and show me how great you're becoming and become a mod and become maybe one day your own owner. But I want you to make money. And I want you to see what I see. And if you don't see it, I want you to ask me so you can learn. The more you learn, the more you will earn. It's as simple as that. Okay? Let's do another one. AKTX. Now, AKTX is a really nice stock. They didn't have an offering yesterday. And because they didn't have an offering, the stock squeezed. And typically, if they don't do an offering after a huge run, now, B-Trades gave us this yesterday, if you all recall it, the $2.55 level. So if the offering didn't come the next day, most likely the chances are the stock will squeeze. It's a standard thing. All right, I've seen it countless times. But this stock ran a little bit too much. So I told the traders, if the stock pops to 950 at the open, I want you to short the stock and take it down to 650 to 7. That's what I said. And then you could bounce it. All right? But I want you to short the stock to 650 to 7. And you want to see it? I'll show it to you. Now you're going to ask yourself, well, how do you know that? Well, I've been trading for many, many years. I understood how the stock works. So I would like to see a small pop at the open and then a pullback to 650 to 7 and then watch for a bottom curl. Do you see this setup? Now, all these other rooms want to impress you with lines and buy our DVD and everyone's got their opinion and everyone's talking all at once. Stop. Be in a room that defines the stock, tells you what it's going to do, how it's going to trade, and trade it. You don't need other people's opinion. In our room, the only people you see talking are the mods. Why? Because you don't need a newbie coming in here and going, how do you see that? I think you're wrong. I don't think it'll go there. You don't need comments like that. I came from a room like that where it was opened and everyone had their opinions. And you know what? I got so scared to take the trade. I could see it develop, but I couldn't do it because I kept seeing, well, this guy said that, and this person said that, and this lady said that. So they obviously must know more than me. So I better back off. In here, one thing I love, I got to tell you, and a lot of you probably don't realize this, but I'm going to tell you straight up. The reason why I love this room and the people I trade with is because the mods respect me. The mods respect me as much as I respect and love them, but they respect me. So they don't come in here and go, I think you're wrong. They let the stock play out, and 9 times out of 10, I'm right. This way you can stay focused on what I see because I have been doing this so long. And if you trust my judgment, you will make so much money. Don't come in here and think you know more than me. Don't. You know, come in here with the idea that if you're a great trader, let me help you become even greater. If I'm wrong, I will admit it. That did not work. I fucked up. My bad. And I learned from that trade. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. But if I'm 90% perfect, I'm doing something right. Because I do this every day, 5 days a week. I'm up at 3:30 in the morning now, not 4 o'clock anymore. So look at this trade, 650 to 7. AJ said the stock will pull back to 650 to 7. So if you could locate shorts, which were hard to find, look at that. Pop at the open. Small pop, not a big pop. Small pop's like 50 cents, maybe a buck. And then a pull. And look where it hit. $6.62. Who do you want to trade with? Some dude that's got these fucking channels and lines and bunch of stuff and draws a finger in there and what? You know, it makes you trade it 77,000 times just to get 10 cents. Are you kidding me? Why don't you trade with a real pro that just understands the stock, tells you where to pop it, where to drop it, and go long and be done. Even if you waited and you couldn't short it, and I told you go long $7 to 650, you would still made a point. It hit 8. It hit 8.25 on the curl. Remember I said buy the curl? You could have made 5,000 shares at 650 or 7, 35,000 buying power, made 5 grand. Just that trade alone on the curl. That's who we are. I'm going to show you another one. SMTC. SMTC had really crappy earnings is what they had. All right. I didn't like their earnings at all. I mean, their downside guidance, they give horrific guidance. But this stock was interesting, and it's twofold because I wanted to short, I think, a little bit here at 53 on a pop. But once it started moving, I told the traders this is going to really move. It looks like they want to fill the full gap. And so even if you got in early, be prepared. It's going to have a bigger move on it. And it did. But what I got to do is I got to give props to Fire Trader. And, you know, Fire Trader went in it short right about here. I think he took it here. It started to pull. It started to get what he wanted, and then it popped on him. He got out. He even said, I'm out. Then he saw it top off here on this topping, and he got in here, and he alerted the room. So did we get in a little bit early? Yes, we probably did, because the notes were pretty indicating $53 at the open. And it did hit 53. But the problem is it ran another 2 more. So you could have stayed with it and added and had a 54 average, but the Great Fire decided, you know what, I'm going to get out. I'm going to revisit it because I know it'll fade. All right. AJ feels it too. I read the guidance too. I agree with him. And I'm letting you know it's missing on big guidance. Okay. So I want you to look at this chart. It's just a beautiful teamwork effort. So originally we wanted 53 on the short, right? So if you look carefully how we played it, if you had taken the 53 pop, see there's the 53 right there. See how it started to pull? But it wouldn't break. So we got out, or you could have added at 55 and had a 54 average. It snapped, and look how it came down. We had so many winners in here. It was so much fun. I was smiling. I was impressed. The teamwork, how everyone was involved, and how Fire gave us the direction and the confidence to take the thing short, and it just smashed. Just a beautiful, beautiful trade. He's going to probably put it on Instagram as well. And don't forget Fire's, I think it was wage. He gave a wage, I think 10 days ago down here on a swing at $29, $30, and look at it today. And if you had bought 50 cents per contract, I believe, you would have made $7.75 per. And this was a swing trade idea that he gave into earnings, I believe. Just amazing. He gave that on his feed. Okay, so those are that. I have one more trade to go over for my friend Nicholas in the room, and that stock is going to be called Atos. Are you ready? Now, a lot of your rooms won't trade Atos, and you know what? You know why? Because they don't understand it. Again, a hater hates what he doesn't understand. So rather than join the party, so to speak, he'd rather hate on anybody that trades it. His idea is Why do you got to trade garbage like that? Why do you got to trade stuff like that? Listen, small cap stocks, especially bios with PR, all right, that push a stock up with incredible volume. Let me tell you something. They are very, very tricky trades. We all saw what BPTH did, okay? BTPH or whatever it was. Let me tell you something. This is not easy stuff here. It takes time to understand it, and you will get shaken out. It's part of the process. So say to yourself, even as good as I can be, even as good as the direction I can lead, you will still get shaken out because it's natural. It's in you. You get scared. You're watching it turn red, and you're like, I can't afford to keep doing this, and it hurts you. And then you see it flip right back up, and you're so pissed. All right? Do you know why? Do you know why that happens? Because you played with too much size. If you play with smaller size, you're not freaking out. You're playing the move. And I know, you want to make money because that's why we're in here. But if you choose to play these kind of plays, an AKTX, an ATOS, all right, then you need to be prepared to know that the stocks will take your money. They are designed, if you know what you're doing, they will make you money. You don't know what you're doing, they'll take your money. It's that simple. It's black and white. So you need to be around people that can trade this stuff. So look, Atos had some news about they had the keyword cancer in it. Okay, that could really move a stock. So right about here, they ran the stock and then they consolidated. This is called consolidation. See how they consolidate? They're buying the stock and swapping. Algorithms, traders, chat rooms. They're looking for that big move. They think it's got room to go. Short sellers are trying to I think this thing will come down. I think the news is crap. Yada, yada, yada. You got a lot of things going on in the first hour. See that hour? This is an hour. This is 30 minutes. Then, as time goes on, it tightens up. You see how it comes from here, 5 to 560. You see how it stops. It opens, it tightens up and gets even more crowded. Again, you got a battle going on here. To me, this is consolidating for a bigger move. And you got to look and break it up. Look at the buys. 300, 200, 200. Look at the buys. 300. You see? These are big, big orders coming through. Big orders. So they're trapping shorts too. Trapping a short is like making it believe the stock is going to come down and it stops. And it goes right back up. This is a perfect trap. Oh, I'm going to short this. I got a double top here. I'm going to shred it. And the MMs know this. So they just turn around and smash you right back up. And then you get, because a standard day trader can only handle 10 cents to 15-cent moves. They can't handle more than that. They get shaken out because a lot of them take too much size. So on 3,000 shares, 10 cents is 300, and that's all they can afford. A lot of traders that trade this stuff are like a hit and miss. Either it's going to go or it's not. Well, on this stock, I was looking at it, and the more it continued to consolidate, see this consolidation for another hour and a half? Look at the buys again. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back over here. You see the buys? Look at the buys again. Million, half a mil, 300, half a mil. See? Huge consolidation. This tells me we got a bigger move coming, and it's trapping the shorts. This here, this fat finger, is probably somebody that wanted to cash out 1 million shares. See the 1,000,005? That's 1,000,005. So I think, in my opinion, somebody was owed money, so they just did a quick fill for 1,000,005. There was plenty of stock available, so they just did a quick fat finger and brought it back up and consolidated. I did anticipate something like this to happen. So what I did is, the way I traded this and trading it now, is I looked here on the pullback. I see how they held it. So what I did is I went and bought long at $5.25. All right. I put my stops at 425. You see how right here? And they're still at 425. I figured if it drops a point, I'm willing to risk a point. But I think the stock has a bigger move with this volume based on the consolidation, the amount of shares being traded. I think they want to launch this into close. So I'm going to take a chance. It's worth a risk reward. What is my risk? 1 point to the down or 1 point to the up. But because I don't have zillions of shares in it, and I have just enough to make me say, okay, either I'm going to lose a certain amount or I'm going to make a certain amount, I'm okay with it. I've already traded Boeing. I traded SMTC. I traded HIIQ. I'm still trading HIIQ. So even if I lose something, I'll still make up my money trading HIIQ. You follow me? So you have to look at these kind of consolidation patterns to understand the trade. Look at the volume behind it and look how they're trading it. Okay? So I also want you to look at one last trade, HIIQ. This was our number one pick in the room. I'm trading this right now in the room. And this took a beating yesterday on the government making comments about health insurance and so forth. Today, I felt the stock would probably open up to 34 a share. So I told traders in pre-market to go long at 32. And within, I think, 90 seconds, the stock hit $34. And it consolidated back down. We bought the weakness, and now we're going back up. And I have a feeling we'll probably close out above the 34 range. And if you want to see the trade, it was well written, well scripted, number one pick in the world. Gapping up one, I would go long 32.20, take it to 34. You see that? I think though this will be bought on weakness, and I would long the weakness. 32.20, go to 34. Number one pick in the room. You see that? And if you come here, HIIQ, AJ said to go long 32.20, 32.20, 32.21, 32.20, 32.11, 34, done for the day. 500 shares, $1,000. Stock comes back down, consolidates, comes down even lower. Long on weakness, like I said, back up 34, take out 34, hit 34.20, cash out again. You see how fun this is? You can actually have fun day trading if you know what the stocks are going to do. And this is why I do these lessons every single night. Because I've learned that in order to run a very great room, you need to keep continuing to educate traders, whether they're professional for 10, 15 years or they're new traders coming in. The more they understand the moves of the trade, the more money they can make, the more confidence they will become. And that's why Awesome Calls was designed. Because you need to keep learning. You can't stop learning. The minute you stop learning, that means you feel like you know more. I don't ever stop learning. I study. I study my losses. I study my gains. I learn from each trade. I have no fear when I trade. I just trade it because I see it. I visualize it. What I do is, if I'm concerned that Boeing might rip down 8 points, I'm going to trade 100 shares. Call me a scared chicken. I don't care. If I make 3 points, 2 points on $200, I'll take that money all day long. I was doing that live in the room. I went long. I believe it was, I think, 370, 380, and I got a 1.5 pop, and I took it. And it ran 2.5. But I don't care. I'm a day trader. Okay? And I love what I do. So, if you want to be a part of our room, these pre-market notes are out every day. You have all our links. You click here. It's $25 a day, 100 a week, 197 for the month, $6 a day. And you want to join our Discord right here. We have a Discord room. Currently have, I believe, we're trying to get to 1,000. Our goal is 1,000. We currently have 940 members and 205 online. We've got 60 more to go. And if you don't want to follow and listen to any of my YouTubes, they're free. I mean, all it takes you is 20 minutes while you're driving somewhere. I mean, 75 to 100 views a day. I mean, they're all educational purposes. I don't hide nothing. I want you to learn. I'm not trying to cross-sell you. I don't need to sell you a DVD. I want you to come in and really love what you do. I want you to pay your bills. But you got to learn. You got to learn how to trade. You got to learn. You do that, and I promise you, you'll never look back. Give us a shot. If you come in for a day or a week, I'll return that money right back to you. And if you're currently today following Ripster, and I'll put his Twitter feed, Ripster, right here, my man. If you're following him today, I picked him Any of his followers that wish to come in our room, sign up for 1 month, okay? I will give you how to trade the open for free, okay? And he indicated that he liked it and it helped him. So why not help his members that follow him? All right? And I'll pick another trader probably tomorrow and one on Monday and reward them for their great work. Okay? I love you all. I want you to, oh, look at Palmer. He just did this. This is awesome. I'll retweet that. I love Palmer. Such a great person. So, anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? And I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Nicholas, I hope it helped you. And thank you. Thank you all. Okay? And I'll see you tomorrow.